Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of EdTech Mixed Plate. And we're coming at you tonight for part one of our GAF Summit special. Our mission here is to give a little something to everyone, EdTech ideas, tools, and edgy rock stars to add to your plate. And because this is a GAF Summit special, we're bringing you some Google Apps resources, as well as some people to add to your, or some ways to increase your professional learning network. So let's get through introductions. I'll go first. I'm Mike Furcano II, and you can tweet me at edtechnocation, and I'm also a technology coordinator for Mililani EK Elementary School. Hey, Sean, want to introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, my name is Sean Connors, and I am just a technology integration specialist at Leisuredan Academy over in Kailua, and I'm excited to be here again, and I appreciate you guys having me on. I really enjoyed the Google Apps for Education Summit, and I can't wait to share some of the experiences that I had and some of the friendships that I made.
Great, yeah, thanks for joining us today, Sean. I appreciate it. Rachel?
Hi, I'm Rachel Armstrong. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Halikula Elementary.
Thanks, Rachel. Michelle?
Hi, I'm Michelle Colt. I'm the librarian at Halikula Elementary School.
And Megan?
Hi, I'm Megan Cummings. I am the tech coordinator at Halikula Elementary School.
All right. Looks like we got a couple of viewers bouncing in and out. If you're with us live tonight, I do have a couple things for you to check out. First of all, please check out our show notes. So everything that we share tonight will be included in our show notes, and at the bottom of my screen is the bit.ly link that'll take you to our shared Google Doc. That's bit.ly/mixedplate15. So we have our resources shared there, some links, as well as the reasons why we're choosing to share them with you tonight. So please follow along with us there, and the show notes will be up, of course, afterwards for you guys to access beyond tonight's episode. And we do have a website for EdTech Mixed Plate. There's another bit.ly link for you, bit.ly/EdTech Mixed Plate. And in our website, we do have our YouTube videos and show notes archived from the very beginning, as well as a calendar that has all of our EdTech Mixed Plate episodes listed, and more, including a form you can fill out if you guys have any questions or things you'd like us to explore a little further with you. So please check out that resources when you get a chance. And thanks for joining us tonight. And don't forget to participate in the conversation via the Q&A app. So if you're watching via our Google Plus event, you should be able to access the Q&A inside the live video, and you can post questions. You can just be involved in the conversation if you want to. If you have any comments or you want to add to the discussion, we'd be very happy if you guys would participate with us out there. So before we get to our resources, maybe we should just kind of talk about our overall experiences. So what do you guys think, especially with it being at Iolani School this year, in the new Sullivan Center, the Innovation Center? What do you guys think?
I loved it. That was by far the best connectivity I've had experience with a conference.
Are you talking about the Wi-Fi?
The connection to the Wi-Fi. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
I'd agree. Jim Crum did a great job.
Yes, he did.
He sure did. He did an excellent job as a presenter and as a participant. And I had about average 45 devices on me.
You had 45 devices on you?
Or to five. Or to five.
You had 4 or 5. What devices did you bring with you?
My MacBook, my
Okay.
Chromebook. You didn't bring your Chromebook with you?
No, I
I
chose not to
had
bring my
I had
Chromebook.
the Nexus tablet. One day I had my iPad with me, and I have my phone. But
Maybe that's why I had bad Wi-Fi service, because Megan was consuming it all. Nah, no. Yeah, it was a really strong connection. That's the one fearful thing with these tech conferences, that you typically don't get a really good Wi-Fi connection, but it's pretty solid throughout the entire summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought the keynotes were really awesomely done this year as well. So not that they weren't last year, I can't remember them from last year, but this year the keynotes really rocked. So
Yeah,
giving
they
them
were.
props.
They were very inspirational and very encouraging, especially from Jim Sill and Molly. They had very inspirational keynotes. We can talk a little bit more about that.
I really enjoyed Evan's too, and when
Yeah.
Megan posted on Google Plus to, what was it, Megan? He said, live in a state of uncomfortable excitement. It made me
Yeah.
realize that's what we're perpetually doing at Halikula, because we jump into all kinds of exciting things and to connect the students, to give them opportunities to create. So I thought, wow, that's exactly what we're doing. And I really liked how the keynotes had, like you said, Mike, messages of inspiration. And I thought, wow, whenever I approach presentations, I'm thinking more of what we've done and sharing tools. But I really like that the keynotes were more about the inspiration, and the tools were the incidentals to help you achieve that.
And what the future holds, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Evan guaranteed self-driving cars in the near future. Although on Google Plus, he commented that he didn't think he used the word guaranteed, but close enough. So I'm excited.
Well,
I think I just. Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think I just, out of all of it, the last one actually stuck with. The message from the last one was really neat because she kind of wrapped it all up together, and she's talking about moonshots and living in beta, and that living in beta part, I thought, I mean, we just aren't, we're naturally always doing that, and naturally we're always doing new things and curiosity and adventures as humans. So I thought that's what schools should be doing, and I really like the way she wrapped that up in the message of not only shooting for these big goals and ideals and dreams through the moonshots plus living in beta. So I really like that last keynote, and I don't know that the room was quite as packed, but I think she had a really great message. So I hope somebody was recording that one and could post that one somewhere for those who didn't stay quite as long.
I agree, Rachel. And the thing that I liked is she said, learning isn't about the multiple choice question, it's about design thinking. And we need to have opportunities where our students can think, make, improve, and that failure is a part of that. And I think that's exactly the opposite of what the environment in the Department of Education is right now. And I think, Mike, our tour, one of our map sessions that we went to, Evan asked, is spelling still important?
And I said no.
And, when I was on Twitter later, I have to say, sorry, but Hawaii DOE was tweeting all about the spelling bee, not about inspiration and gafesummit. And I thought that was really ironic. So, sorry, I'm going to call them on that.
Yeah, no. That was a funny question.
It's kind of funny because I really appreciated how Molly at the very end had us kind of go through as a group and write that incomplete manifesto, where we all threw out each of the different the words and the feelings and the inspirational ideas and just those statements that I think we're all hoping to walk away with. And for anybody who wasn't at the conference, if you go and take a look at that manifesto, it's not going to mean a lot to you. And that's unfortunate, but for all of those people who are in that room, it's kind of like a walk down memory lane. If you look at that document, it's those highlights and those keynote points that stick with us. And I'm really looking forward to going back to that document and pulling out a couple of those ideas. I've had about 3 or 4 personal ones that I've been mulling over the past month and a half, so I'm excited. The one thing my intention is, I'm fortunate, next week we have spring break. So I'm fortunate of the fact that I'm going to have a little bit of time to really let this type of stuff sink in and to mull with it and play with a couple of things in addition to all the grading I need to do. But to put together my manifesto. And, part of that is, living in beta the right way. I think sometimes I live in beta because I just don't prepare enough, or I don't think ahead what it is that I want to do, instead of the right type of beta, which is I've got a plan. I know it's not going to work perfectly, but I'm going to be ready to try it out anyways and go wherever it takes us. So I think Molly did a great job of really summing it up and getting us to sum it up for her in a way, by putting those thoughts and those ideas out there.
Hey, I wanted to ask you folks, Sean, I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't have the link, and I thought Molly said she tweeted out, but I didn't see it in her Twitter feed, and it's not in her, the detailed schedule planner. So do you folks have the link? And Mike or anyone who has it, can you put it in the show notes so people can access it? You know what, though, Sean? I think that if people saw it, like some people would think that those are just like cliches and sound bites, but I wonder if, in some ways, those are the things that originally drove us into the classroom, to think that we could make a difference for kids and we could help them dream big and dream out loud. And, so I wonder if, even if they weren't there, if some of those manifestos might inspire somebody. Just wondering.
No, I agree with you. I think everybody's going to look at something, and some experience that they've had in the past is going to connect them to whatever that statement, those words are. They might not be the exact things that we thought of by going through those sessions, but there's going to be something that's going to resonate. And there were so many different ones from so many different people on so many different topics that I don't doubt, there should be 5 or 6 good things in there that somebody should be able to pull away from. I don't have the link. I'm going to look through my browser history and see if I can't find it. And
you got to tweet Molly, Michelle.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah, that's the way. So, Rachel, you don't have it on your Surface that gave you no connectivity, but you took notes on?
I knew you were going to say something about that. I came home and my husband was like, you didn't take that to the Google Summit. And I said, yes, I did. I said, Michelle already got onto me for that one. So
hey, guys, I got it. Oh,
you found it.
I got it.
Okay.
I'll put that in the show notes for you guys. Did you guys realize with that manifesto that you shared, it wasn't just for us. If you scrolled further, it was like from a lot of different summits that she's already presented that to. So it was like a running record. It was pretty cool.
I'm going to go ahead and put it in the show notes, if it's okay with you. I'm going to go ahead and put it down in the add to your PLN, and I'm actually going to add her contact information in the PLN, if that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to comment. Someone tried to use a Surface tablet in our Google Drive session, and it failed miserably. Couldn't do like half the stuff that we were trying to do in Google Drive.
It was terrible. I'm gonna be honest. I liked the Surface until I took it there, and because the day before I had carried the big bag and I had the 2 presentations, so I had speakers and a computer, and I said no way, I'm not. And my daughter said no, you can't use my iPad. So I did what I could do. But I was using my Android phone was actually working better than my tablet that day. So
Cool. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Jeff. He's saying hi and he's checking in. We appreciate you watching and participating in the conversation. So thanks, Jeff. And if you guys have any questions or you want to comment, participate in the discussion, don't forget to use the Q&A app. We're here, we're watching, and we'd like for you to participate with us. Should we get into our resources? You guys ready? I do want to, as I mentioned before, we decided to make this a 2-parter because there's so much to share from the GAF Summit. So tonight is part 1. We're each going to share one of our favorite resources or tools. And then we'll have part 2 next Sunday at the same time, 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So stay tuned for part 2. But let's see, who would like to go first tonight? Anybody itching to go first?
I can go first because I don't have that much, and it's going to be in beta because I'm not even sure quite how to do it.
we live in beta.
And oftentimes with no plan. But here we go. Let me screen share. Okay. Desktop. All right. Let me know when you guys see it.
You are up. I see me.
Okay, so tonight I'm just going to share. I went to a session with Wendy Gordon, and it was I was interested in going to it because I am currently using Blackboard. We're using Blackboard for our blended learning classes, and she showed how to use Google Sites as a learning management system. Now there are some components that it's actually missing, but one of the things that she did actually stood out a lot to me out of the whole session, so I wanted to share that. But if you're interested, in the show notes, there's a template. The word template is linked, and you can go to her exact site. And wait a second, because I'm in the wrong browser. There we go. So I gave you the link to get to her template of her site that she was using with us in the session. And if you click this Use Template button, then you should be able to make a copy of this, especially in your personal Gmail. I had a little bit of problem doing it in my school Gmail, so I went to my personal Google account, and I just clicked Use Template. But anyways, she walked us through some of the things how you can personalize a Google site to use as a learning management system. But what I liked especially, so when we first came in today's class, she had us fill out a form. And what I like about it is not only is the form right there for the students to fill out instead of having to go into their email or whatever and get a link, but automatically you see the responses on the same exact page. So that was kind of nifty, but that's not even the coolest piece. So she showed me something I didn't know you could do, and it's under this discussion board tab. So let me click that. But basically, you're going to see that I didn't get to do all of it in the class that day, so I'm going to try to walk you through it the best I can. Actually, well, look, now it's showing up. Maybe she gave me access. But anyways, so she said you can create a Google group, and then you can embed it in your site to create an automatic discussion board. Yeah, so and that's something I didn't know you could do. And if you scroll down, so you can see here is people in the class. So what did you do last night? And then I didn't get to reply because at the time, I guess because I emailed her and said, please put me in, so she put me in. But these are all the things that people responded with. So I think in a class, you could use this for all different purposes, building community, asking a question. I mean, it'd just be great. Or, anything that, like maybe the whole class is missing something or needs an extra document. Then instead of having to email people separately, or even it's just a nice way for the class to just make a discussion right there in the same system. So I like the way it looks. It's pretty clean too, because then you just click on it. How do I become a Google Ninja? And then I guess the person, if someone wanted to respond to you, would click reply. So I like that. And so she set this group up called Aloha Sites group. Okay, so it's a very clean looking discussion board. I really like that. And it actually seems a little bit easier to use than the discussion board in Blackboard. So I like that. But anyways, if you're interested in doing this on your own site, she has the directions right under it of how to add a discussion. And this is the part where I'm going to try to walk you through it. But again, I didn't get to do it in the session, so I don't know how well it's going to go. So here's, and in fact, I think this is where I have to go back to my other screen because the school account is not letting me do it. Okay, so in my own personal Gmail, you can just go into your email section and you can go and click Create New Group, and then you can click Test, and I think I already have one named that, so we'll just put Test 1, 2, 3, and click OK. And when she did it, this is the interesting piece to me, which is why I'm not sure exactly what she did to get there, and I'd have to go follow the directions. But when she did it, a screen popped up where you could actually decide who's going to be in that group. But you see here, I see it on my left. So if I click on that Test 1, 2, 3, there's no contacts in it. So I'm guessing it's kind of just like a group email where you can import contacts into it from a file. So she imported from that form where we put our emails, she imported all our emails directly into this. So that was pretty nifty. And then she set a privacy setting on it. And unfortunately, I don't think I have a CSV file that I can import here right now. But once she imported us into it, then she set privacy on it and stated what the group was for, that kind of stuff. So I just think that's really neat. And again, sorry that I can't show you every single piece of it. And I think the reason and here's my copy of it. So you see if you make a copy of the template, if you click this pencil, you can actually go in and edit your site. But I mean, that's more just on learning how to use sites. But again, this discussion board piece really interested me because I didn't know you could do that. So I thought that was pretty nifty. Yeah, so I was even thinking about like EdTech Mixed Plate, you know, the website there. You could, because yours is on a Google site, right?
Yeah.
Michael? So yeah, so I'm thinking you could even take that and make a site. So that'd be pretty neat.
Well, Rachel, I was wondering even for EdChat Hawaii, you know, Mike, how we're trying to use the moderator, but I wondered if we could use this, except, Rachel, you have to put people's email in. It can't be an open group discussion board.
You know, that's a really good question. I'm not sure because when she had put my Halikula email in and it wouldn't, I couldn't make a copy of the template. It wouldn't let me copy the template or something. So I had to go back in. I was trying to catch up with the class and try not act cool, like I knew what I was doing. And you know, and then when I had caught up, it looked like if you didn't get an email invite, which I had not because I was in my other Google account, I could just click on it and I could say ask for permission to join the group. So it was almost like I was probably sending an email. I'm guessing it sent an email to her or some kind of notification to her that said, you know, Rachel Armstrong is requesting, or this email is requesting to join the group.
Yeah.
Probably set up a new group that's just open and then people could request to join. But that's a question that I'd have to look up. So
cool.
Yeah,
I think with Google Groups you can create open groups and you can create private groups.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And I think that one she created was a private group, so maybe that's why she had to pull in all the emails. But I don't know about creating an open group. You might have to be a little bit careful. You never know what you might get.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're the moderator of it, you could just delete it. So. But I just really love the way she took, because I know I've made contact lists, I've made groups before, but I just really love the way she took that, and then because she was using Google Sites as a learning management system, she could just create that as a discussion board. And I thought that was pretty nifty. I wouldn't even mind trying Google Sites. I've tried Google Sites before, and I'm going to be honest, I found it a little bit more cumbersome than like Weebly. It's not quite as user-friendly because it's not drag and drop. The only piece that I didn't see mentioned, and there was a part 2 of that session that I didn't get to go to, but you know, there's no grade book. And I'm guessing I'm sure there's ways around that. But the way it seemed is that she was saying that Google doesn't want to come out with a learning management system because they want people to be able to design their own, and they don't want to they don't want to pigeonhole people. So the initial setup, I think, would be a lot of work, but once it's set up, you know, it'd be good to go. So, and I think it almost offers you the ability to customize a little bit more what you want on your pages.
Oh yeah, there's actually a Google Plus community called Using Google Apps as a Free LMS.
There you go.
There's a pretty large group of people that have already kind of explored that and are probably willing to help other people figure that out.
So I just was figuring, like, if we lose, you know, if next year per se we don't have Blackboard, or you know, if maybe you're looking for a free learning management system, Google Sites would be a solution. It can definitely easily integrate all Google tools, so you know that's a good thing. I just in the past I found it cumbersome to work with, but you know, I think with a little bit more practice, maybe that was just me being a novice. So with a little bit more practice, I think it would work out fine.
Cool.
That's what I wanted to share. Yay.
Thanks, Rachel. That's great.
Yeah, no problem.
I just wanted to recognize some people in the Q&A app. We have Peggy George tuning in all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, so we appreciate that. That's pretty cool. She says it's 11 p.m. there, and she's staying up late on a Sunday night to tune in, so we appreciate that, Peggy. And Tammy Malone's joining us. She said she attended a session from each one of us, and she says thank you for our expertise. So thanks, Tammy, for joining, and also for attending our sessions. We appreciate that. It's great. Okay. All right, who wants to go next? Any takers?
I'll go next because mine's really fast. It's just quick. Is that okay? Yeah. I saw in the Google Education group. Let's see. Wait, where do I want to go? Sorry, I'm confused. Okay. In the Google Education group, somebody presented that there's just so many sessions to go to and not enough time. Can you folks see my desktop? You can, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I made the suggestion that there's some ways that she can extend that, the excitement of the summit and still get the information. And so one of the easiest ways is if you just go back to the detailed session link, and for instance, many of us presented yesterday between 3 and 4, and so if I wanted to go to Megan's session, I could click right here. I wasn't able to attend it in person, but I want to see it, so I can click on her link. It takes me to her detailed description and then to her actual presentation. So even though I wasn't there, I can access her, oh sorry, it's opening slowly now. I can access the amazing site she put together. And Megan, how come it doesn't come up right away? Oh wait, here I have to click multiple times. She has so many tutorials, and then it's almost like I was there with her. And of course, if I have questions, I can go back to Google Plus, and I can tag Megan in my post and ask her specific questions. But before I went to Steve face-to-face, I was kind of a nerd one summer, and I just did ISTE this way via clicking on the session descriptions. So it's amazing together, and she did it all like last week. She never slept. Look at all these tutorials she did. So I think, and I've learned Google Draw just from watching her do these things with the students. So that's pretty exciting. The other thing, though, that you can do too is you could just do a Google search for GAF Summit, and when you do that, what comes up is all of the EdTech team's global summits all over the world. And so you can actually click on any of these and do the same thing. Look through their detailed session descriptions and see what kind of presentations were offered, and get the actual presentations themselves and links and even templates that you might use in your classroom. And there's one more thing you can do. And you're already thinking probably too much information, Michelle, but it's exciting. So I just wanted to share it. You can do a search in Twitter. Like you all know, it'll pull all the tweets people have done for as they've been at the summits. And so I'm even thinking about the the keynotes people might have missed, because some of our folks had to go home early for different things and they missed them. And then I just discovered something scrolling through, and I found one of our teachers who's embracing technology. Actually, Sean, you even know her. And so she acknowledged Kim Randall for her session on Google Tour Builder. And she and I guess somebody else, I don't know if they know each other or not, they came up with a way of how they're going to share Volcano National Park. And I thought it was so neat. And Kim Randall even commented back to them. So I thought, this is so awesome. I'm really glad to see one of our teachers doing this, and just to see this response, and it kind of gives me some new ideas too. So that's it. I just want to share a way to extend your GAF experience. Oh wait, I have one more thing. This is my big fail. I thought I could in If This Then That, which Jim Sill mentioned, but I have to point out I shared in episode 5 of EdTech Mixed Plate. I want to set up an If This Then That. So if somebody posts hashtag GAF Summit, it will go right into a Google spreadsheet that I've created. But I couldn't find how to do that exact thing. I could find in Twitter if I favorite something or if I post something, but I couldn't find if there's a specific hashtag. So I'm thinking Megan Cummings will probably beat me to it, but this is going to be my think, create, make, fail, probably very big many times. And so we'll see.
That's a cool idea, though.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I know Cami commented in the Q&A that some of the presenters didn't put their links in their session. So.
And when I was I totally agree, Tammy. You're right. And when I was going through, it's kind of like the featured speakers who didn't put their links. Did you notice that? But then some of us were saying too. We were like, oh my gosh, why are we at the end at 3 o'clock? Who's going to come to us? They're all going to go to Jim Sill, or they're all going to go to Molly folks. So maybe then that's okay. They can go back to the rest of us, the little people. And maybe just through tweets we can find the links to the other people's sessions. I don't know. But exactly what you mean, Tammy. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think I'll go next. I wanted to share a Chrome extension I thought was a pretty nifty way to use Google search. I learned it in Linda Lindsay's session on becoming a Chrome Ninja. And it's called, let me screen share here. So for those of you out there with Android devices, you already have this feature. It's the OK Google feature that allows you to just speak into your device to get your phone to do things for you. But this Chrome extension is called Google Voice Search Hot Word Beta, I guess because it's in beta right now. But what it does is it adds the OK Google functionality to your Chrome browser on your computer. So typically when you go to Google search and you want to use the voice activation, you'd click on the little speaker button there. You would click on this, and then you could search hands-free by just using your voice. But this extension basically takes away the step to click, and it adds the OK Google option. Oh, there it goes. Do you see that? You go back. I said it. No, it's not really there. So rather than clicking on the little icon, I can just say, "Okay, Google, search for Pizza Hut." And she'll actually speak back to me. I thought that was a pretty cool.
And I just want to say that really amazing people use Androids.
Yeah. But see, now I don't have to use an Android device.
Yeah, I hear you. My son gets a super kick out of the phone doing that. You should hear some of the things that he says. Okay, Google search for this. You should hear some of that.
I don't know. I think this feature only allows you to search, because it doesn't the OK Google on your phone allow you to add things to your calendar and stuff like that.
I'm not 100%. I don't even know if it's on my Android, but it's on Jasmine's. Jasmine and my husband Michael has the newest Google phone, and so they're the ones that are always playing with it. And I actually haven't even played with it that much myself. Shame. But but they get a kick out of my son especially. He's 5, so he gets a kick out of that one. But I'm gonna look that up. What was the name of that extension for Chrome, Michael? Go back one for that.
I do have the link for it in the show notes, but it's called Google Voice Search Hot Word Beta. And all it does is it adds the ability to say, "Okay, Google," on the Google homepage. So you have to be in the Google homepage, and then it'll add this option there. "Okay, Google, EdTech Mixed Plate." Oh,
Okay.
fail.
Come on.
Fail.
You need to use that different British, accent, right?
Okay, Google, EdTech Mixed Plate. Ah, there we go. Cool. That was a neat little Chrome extension that I learned about. I thought it was pretty cool. There are plenty of other extensions and apps that I learned about, but I had to pick one for tonight. All right. Tammy says, "Amazing people use both Android and Apple."
There you go.
True. I had to throw that out there because all of you are iPhone users.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I can't do the OK Google on my iPhone, unfortunately.
No.
I have to talk to a lady named Siri.
Actually, you can do it. There is the Google app.
Is there?
Yeah, if you go to your Google app, you can talk to it directly. In fact, it's a lot faster than Siri is. But you've got to be using the Google search app to do it.
So this one here?
That one right there. I don't think you can
say OK Google.
I don't think you can say OK Google.
Oh no, it does.
It does.
Works.
There you go.
Works. It's listening to me right now.
So I guess that
I didn't
means
know you could
Apple
do
people
that.
get the best of both worlds.
Yes. Who needs an Android?
Those Apple people.
So
Sorry,
you can use
I
the
couldn't
OK
let that
Google
go.
feature. Just learn something new. Yes. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, not a problem. Anytime.
Backing up us Apple users.
There you go. You know, it's kind of funny. I don't know. Is it okay if I go ahead and go? Because I've got a funny story to relate to this topic. So it turns out I am a brand new Apple phone user today. I don't know if you guys have heard the story today.
All right.
Actually, I'm on my third Apple phone, as it turns out. I was in Singapore last week for some international baccalaureate training, and lost my 4GS, and went about a week disconnected to the rest of the world, and it was a challenge. So today I went and I picked one up, so this is my first 5GS or 5S. I'm not sure what it's called, but
5S, yeah. Right now it's the 5S.
It's the 5S, and it's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with it. I've used it for about
the 5S with the fingerprint.
With the fingerprints and all that kind of stuff, and I think what I'm most excited about is just the fact that I can't wait to play with some of the camera features.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be quite honest with you. I could have and probably should have thrown this out. One of the features that I love about the camera is the fact that if you've got the Google Drive app on your iPad or on your phone, you can actually take pictures directly into your Google Drive. And I do this all the time in class when students are working on projects or something, and I want to be able to take some pictures to be able to share with them in the middle of what they're working on for a progress journal. I can just snap some pictures away. Doesn't go onto my phone. Doesn't count against any of my my phone space. But let me get to the stuff that's important that I actually put into my document today. And I'll admit, everybody, I switched over into my laptop just so I could share my screen with you.
I saw it. We were seeing like two Seans at one point.
At one point,
like good Sean and evil Sean.
Yeah, I had my doppelganger on, so hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully this comes through cleanly. But I'm going to go ahead and try and share my desktop with everybody, so I can do that, and we'll have to see. I know right now it probably looks crazy. Does that work better?
We got some good questions in the Q&A. We'll get to those after we're done.
Okay, so can everybody see the Google Doc? Because I've got 3 things in there real quick. I don't know if you still see me. I'm not sure if I showed that correctly. Let me swap back again and try this one more time. I appreciate everybody being patient with me. Start the screen share. Now you see Michael. Okay, there we go. Control this computer. No, I'm going to deny that. But anyways, we'll see. Can you see it now? Or do you still just see me?
I see me.
Wow. Well, you are a handsome guy, Michael.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll just talk about what's going on.
Do you have? Are there several window options that you have?
I have just one or two. The desktop one. How does that work?
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Okay. So while we were doing all this stuff, there's so much stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I'm on a. I've got to get myself in gear mode, and so I went to a couple of different get yourself organized type of sessions. Linda Leslie's session was great because I learned a couple of great things there. I also went to Mark Wagner's session, and he had something that made me think of you and the demo slam that you'd done before. But let me start off with clipboard history. I'm constantly finding myself needing to copy paste multiple things. And so there's this wonderful extension for Chrome called Clipboard History that once you add it to your Chrome, you can actually copy multiple things. It'll remember all of them in order, and then you can go through the process of pasting them on whatever screen you need to as quickly as you can, or as you need to. This saves me a ton of time, and I can go back and look in the history. And I cleared out my history, so you don't see very much in there right now. But I could go and view it, or I could delete it. I could clear everything, refresh it. But you can see how long ago it was, so you can track it. It was a couple days ago. Just saves me a bunch of time. I love it. Only 414 users, but 5 stars. And you probably see
my battery, Sean.
I am low on battery, so I'm going to rush through this as quickly as I can. Okay, so the second thing that I mentioned in there was HelloSign, which is a way to go through the process of signing documents online. And while you can pay for, the extra stuff, you can actually get 3 free documents to sign. I love the fact that you can do it just me, like I get a document, I need to sign it, or I've got a document that I need other people to sign. So this might work if I've got a document and I want the student to sign it and the parent to sign it. So I go ahead and click on Me and Others. It's going to ask me which document, so I can go into my Dropbox, my Google Drive, or Evernote, pull up that document. I can put my name in. I can put my, who else needs to sign it. I can even put a spot in the document where I want them to sign directly, and put a little message for the parent and the student. So if I've got like a responsibility report that I need to have done, this might be a way for me to do it. And it's a legally binding document. They figured that out on the back end. So just as FYI, not like I couldn't read your handwriting the other day in that session, but I just thought I would add that. And then I went to a session with Ken Shelton who talked about calendaring. And while this isn't really a Google tool, he did something that I really need to get better at. He shared with me some questions that he passes out to parents when he sets up a student-parent meeting. And it really got me thinking about when I have student-parent meetings, and I'm all about Google Docs in the classroom, do I do a very good job of making sure that the parents have access to all the stuff that the students are doing? So he's got this list of questions. Did your child invite you to all of the Google Docs as a viewer? Did your child invite you into their class calendar? Did they invite you to view their electronic portfolio? Because I find a lot of times when I'm dealing with parents, they just don't know all the stuff that the child is doing in my class. And then, the last question is, have you spoken to your child about the expectations of their performance in the class? So before they come into class to meet with me, they've already gotten access to all these different types of things. And I think it makes it a lot easier for me to have that conversation with them. And I'm going to try and switch back to me here.
Yeah, you're there.
It makes it a lot easier for me to have, ooh, that's not what I want. I don't know. How do I go back to live?
You were.
I was. But it makes it a lot... Yeah,
click on the screen share button again to turn it off. The green arrow.
Turn it off?
Yeah, just click on it once to turn it off.
I'm a rookie.
There you go. Back to you.
So it's going to make it a lot easier for me. So those are things I'm just hoping are going to help make my life easier as a teacher. So I don't have as much stress on my shoulders. So I can get through things a little bit quickly. But I'll admit, I learned so many things at this session. Like you, Michael, my intention is to put together a couple blog posts with all the links and all the resources and all that kind of stuff, just so that I can reprocess it through one more time and maybe use that time to actually start playing around with some of those tools, so I get to know them a little bit better.
I don't know. I still prefer signing my documents with Google Draw.
Well, maybe now I can go and take that, get good at Google Draw class, and then be able to do that. And I'll be honest with you, I've always felt, if Google and Apple can get together and find some way that I can use my iPad in the Google Draw, it's going to be game over. Because I think a lot of my math teachers, they want to be able to see work that students have been doing, and they love being able to give Google Docs to students, but they want to be able to see student work. So if we could actually have the students write their answers and show evidence of the process they went through in Google Draw using a stylus on an iPad, that'd be it. I think that'd be the way to
No, Sean, you just need to try a Nexus 7, and then you can do everything in
back
Nexus
to the Android devices. Yeah, actually, the Nexus 7 seems like a great tool. I just haven't tried Google Draw in it, so I'm going to have to do that one day.
I heard from a lot of different people that there's a lot of great things coming from Google this year. I mean, I just kept hearing, stay tuned. I can't reveal much, but there's a lot of good things coming by the end of the year. And somebody specifically said might be a huge update coming to the Google Drive app later this year. So maybe the ability to draw in the Google Drive app on the iPad will be coming.
Well, I will say this. If there's anybody in this small group of people who should have an inside track as to hearing what's coming next, Michael, that would be you.
Maybe.
And I don't know, have we done this yet?
Soul to Google.
I bet you ladies were going to do this earlier if you haven't, but maybe we need to say congratulations and happy certification to Michael
Thanks.
for getting his Google Trainer certification. Congratulations,
I'm
Michael.
excited. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. Yeah.
So, Mike, is there a Google Trainers blog out of curiosity? Not blog, Google Trainers group. Are you
Yeah.
now a part of something? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a private Google Plus community and a private Google group.
Yeah. So same for Google certified teachers. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that both of us and Megan very soon will have that
Hopefully.
inside scoop.
Hopefully.
Where's that video, Megan?
Okay, just like this, right? All right, so I guess I'll share my tool. I was fortunate that I took the Wednesday, Thursday technical retreat from Tim Lee, and he like filled my head with all kinds of technical management information. One of the things that I really liked, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, you guys can see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's go. Okay, so say you have all of these tabs open,
It's a lot
right?
of tabs.
A lot of tabs. But you want, so you can go ahead and add this extension on the Chrome store. It's an extension called OneTab. If you click the OneTab, I hope it will work for me. There it goes. It will pull all of your tabs, and it's doing it slowly, but it will pull all of your tabs into a OneTab note here. But what I like about this, and this is the educational part of it, you can always restore your apps. Like if you, the tabs that you had open, you can click on it and you can go directly to it. But you can share it as a web page. So I already clicked it open just in case. But you can share that as a web page. So say you have specific links that you want or specific web pages that you want your students to access. You can go ahead and create this OneTab and share it out. And there should be a QR code right here, but it's not popping up. It must be that I have too much things going on. But normally there's a QR code right up here, so you can have that QR code bar and just share that out with the students to scan, and it will open up all the tabs that you had already on there. I just thought that that was a very good extension to have. So everyone go get that extension on the Chrome store.
Hey Megan, I have one more thing you can do with this. I love this one too, and actually even one of our listeners, Allison, said she discovered this one and really likes it.
Yeah.
I think that they shared this last year in Sydney during their demo slams, and I was thinking, but I guess I have a question for both you and Mike. Couldn't the kids also create, or could they download the extension OneTab, and could they use it also to curate the sites they're finding? So it's not just us giving them sites to go to, but it's putting that that opportunity to create and search for the right tool in their hands. But are the students in the GAF domains allowed to download extensions? That's my question for you guys.
Depends on the admin.
Yeah.
Really.
Exactly what I was going to say. It depends on the admin that will give them the permission, and I have to test it out. I didn't have the management with me during the training, so I didn't have a chance to push out certain apps with the Chrome, with the management council.
Do you think that, well, from your session the other day, did you get the sense that we can whitelist that would be a huge job, but like we could whitelist extensions that are good? Because, I know, Kern Kelly was saying that he tells his kids, go and look for extensions and add-ons and review them, and he actually has them fill out a Google form, and so they say what the extension is and when and how they would use it, and he picks the best reviews and he posts them someplace. And so I just was wondering, it sounds like he does leave it open for his high school kids, but
Yeah.
what would we do? Would we give approval for some, or?
As in elementary, I would have to probably don't you want to review first. I would want to review. If it was maybe 5th grade, maybe I would give them the opportunity to review some of it, but that's in the management again. I have to play around and see what I can and cannot do with the management.
So, and Tammy's asking the question, what is your favorite Chrome extension?
Yeah,
and I think that could be a good future topic where we just talk about Chrome extensions, and then maybe Mike and Megan, since both of you are, Mike, you're going to use the management too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys could kind of explore that and fill us in for the schools that have Chromebooks and management and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's that was a really good question from Tammy.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Chrome extension? Do you guys have a quick extension? Yeah, I want to say one tab is a great one. Does anybody else have a favorite extension?
I love the one that Sean just shared too. That's a great one. That the one that Sean shared.
The history, the
board history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I shared one of the same. I'm sorry, Megan.
Oh, sorry. And then there's Snippet. Snippet is like a screen capture to you. So I don't know. I guess we have to come up with a list of extensions.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many. It was great sitting in Linda Lindsay's session because when she got to the end, she kind of opened the floor for others to share, and there were some great extensions and apps being shared there that I had never heard of before, but I think are have a great
Except I have a cautionary tale, and I'm so bummed because I got this great recommendation from an EdTech Ninja, and I installed it on my my Chrome browser. And then what was happening is when I clicked New Tab, up in the top, all of a sudden I got like 1,000 tabs, and then it said like Chrome internal, blah blah blah, like some mistake. So I just copied. I copied the URL, and I just said, "What is this?" And it turned out that what I needed to do is go into my settings, and it told me to disable every extension I had, and then add them one by one to determine which was the culprit. And Sean, I am so sorry to say, it was that really awesome one you shared yesterday.
Which one?
So I had to disable it. What was that one called again,
Sean? Are you the Simpleology one?
Yeah, that one. So I'm really puzzled as to why, because it works for you. So I'm wondering, like, didn't somebody say too that you have to be careful with extensions?
That was me.
Did you say that?
I said that.
He said that, and he gave an extension.
And he gave me a busted extension.
This is really good to know because I'm going to go and have a conversation with Simpleology people now because the Simpleology website is just so absolutely amazing, helping me keep track of everything and organized. But I do think they may have an issue because, I don't know, maybe it was the Simpleology one that did that to me. I don't know. The issue I was having was, I don't know which one I installed. I thought it was actually ad blocker that was giving me trouble. But
really?
Mine would play random advertisements. And like I'd be in the middle of teaching a class, and all of a sudden some advertisement will come up. I couldn't figure out which one it was, but thankfully the new Chrome at least shows you with the little audio bar at the top of the tab which page is doing it.
So that's right. You did talk about that too. That's right.
So we do need to have a good conversation about extensions, about appropriate use of extensions.
That's right.
Not to give bad ones to good friends.
Let's see. Peggy gave she said it's not an extension, but she learned about something where we can convert PDFs to Word or Google Docs. Some kind of converter. She gave a YouTube video link in the Q&A for you guys to check out.
Thank you.
Before we go, Allison has any tips for organizing GAF accounts? I guess she has separate accounts. She has to sign in, sign out, jump around in different apps.
Mike, Megan is the the real pro at this, but do you want Megan to show us really quickly? She has about 20 accounts.
What?
Okay, I'll go ahead.
I think I remember seeing this list. Go ahead, Megan.
I'll share. So really quick.
Juggling.
So really quick, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. With the Chrome browser, you can go ahead and add in your different accounts, and you can go ahead and toggle between the
oh my God.
Your yeah, you can go ahead and toggle between the different Gmail accounts that you have, and you don't have to sign in and out. What you do is you go into settings, and let me click on the hot dog. Where did it go? It's kind of slow. Okay, click on the hot dog here, and then you go down to the settings.
This is only in the Chrome browser, people. That's why the Chrome browser.
Only in the Chrome. Only in the Chrome browser, and it's not going to work on
Firefox or Safari.
Firefox or Safari, right? So, and what you're going to do is you're just going to add a new user, and that way you don't need to sign in and out of your you don't need to sign in and out of your account.
Your bajillion Google accounts.
Don't lie. I know you have a billion too.
I only have 4. Oh, that I use regularly. No, but that's
Okay.
yeah, I think that's the best way to juggle your Google Apps accounts between personal and GAF accounts, is to use your Chrome browser and just add them in as users. And once you sign into one, you never have to sign into it again. Usually, you just switch. Makes it super easy.
Yep.
Thank you,
Okay,
Megan.
so I hope that was good.
And then, Mike, I just was looking at Peggy's Pinterest recommendation, a Pinterest board extensions for Chrome extensions for education. And Peggy, this looks really awesome. Thank you for posting this. Mike, could you?
Stealing them.
Well, my question, Mike, is do people have access to the questions after the show? They do, right? So anyone?
I think if you come back to the event and you open the video, okay. I think the Q&A stays
it should pop
attached.
Up. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to toss it into the show notes. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to put that link in there.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, there. I just put it in.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. We've gone a little bit past 9, so it was great sharing our GAF experiences. There's so much more to share, and we will have part 2 next week, Sunday at 8 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time, and I'll send out those events. But to stay up to date with EdTech Mixed Plate, you guys can visit us at our website, as I mentioned in the beginning, and that link is here, bit.ly/EdTech Mixed Plate. And we also have a Google Plus community that you can join, where you can, we typically post when our next episodes are, as well as the YouTube recordings.
Mike, can we just toss into that people don't have to wait until Sunday? It'd be really great if, like you just said, they posted links like Peggy and Tammy did tonight, or else questions or comments. That'd be really great right in the EdTech Mixed Plate community.
Yeah, the community is open to the public, so feel free to join and post your questions there as well. Yeah, that's a great idea. But all right, that's it for tonight. We appreciate all you live viewers out there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you join us next week for part 2. Oh, I did want to mention quickly that somebody did send us a question, a very good question, via our forum on our website concerning screen time for young children. So we're going to save that question and address it in episode 17 in a couple weeks, because we think that's a very interesting topic to explore and research. But that's it for Oh yeah, Sean.
I was gonna say I got a 4-year-old, so I definitely want to participate in the conversation about that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. All right. But thanks for joining us, and you guys have a good night. And for those of you coming back from spring break, have a great Monday. All right. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Aloha.